Good morning to you. This is John and so on with BMW Wolf and Speedrunners.
And how does the kitty cat go?
Meow. That's correct.
That is a reference to something that I do not remember at this exact moment. Oh, it's All Cats Don't Dance, I believe, is the name of it. I believe that's the name of it.
Well, I would believe that.
Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start.
Sure.
Or are you gonna?
Fine by me. Oh,
thank you. Cool story.
it
So
is.
we just wanted to relay to everybody this thing that happened to us recently.
Yeah,
Let's do record.
it's the perfect setting.
I mean, I wasn't there at first, so why don't you tell before I got there?
Yeah, all right. So there was a man.
Okay,
I believe
that's a
his
great
name-
that's a great piece of information to have.
I believe his name was something I didn't know.
Wow.
And he wanted to steal a jewel.
Okay,
I think.
specifically nothing else, just the jewel.
Well, I'm sure he wouldn't have turned down something else. But that's what the gist of it that I got.
Okay.
I'm sure that in the middle of this act is when you came. But let's
In the middle of him stealing it? Well, you
Yeah.
just said he wanted to steal it. Was he actually? When did he actually start? What was going on at the time? I don't remember when he was actually before he got like he was that. You're talking about right when he got there, but like what was going on at the time?
It was weird that he wanted to steal a jewel because there wasn't a jewel store, like
Okay.
anywhere nearby.
Well, was it a museum? I can't remember.
Could have been.
Wow,
Well, I mean,
that's a great memory you got there.
yeah. I just go with the flow, wherever I am.
Uh huh. So what was this flow that you were going with at the time?
Actually, yeah. Well, let me think for a second about that.
Cool. Go ahead and do that. We have all the time in the world right now.
Yeah. Okay, so it was on a cruise.
Okay.
You must have been on the other side of the ship or something.
I
Or maybe you
believe
came
so. I may have been in the middle. I can't exactly remember where I was on the ship at the time.
Could have come on like a rowboat or something to the ship.
I don't remember. I did come in on a helicopter, but I can't remember exactly when that was in relation to what happened. But I did hear about,
Oh, jeez.
I actually knew about this criminal that was supposed to be there trying to steal stuff.
Mhm.
I didn't know what he was trying to steal at the time, but I did know that he was there to do it. And I mean, I heard about the fact that he only had one eye.
Yeah.
I didn't believe it at the time. I thought they were just making rumors up.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out it wasn't completely true because he actually had 3 eyes.
Oh, jeez.
He actually had 3 eyes, and he decided that this was probably a really good thing to have if he was going to be a thief, because that meant he could see extra more than everybody else could see.
Well, at the time it was odd because he was just fishing. I
Okay,
don't know why he would be doing that to steal a jewel unless he thought that there was a jewel. Maybe he dropped.
he was fishing for jewels apparently.
Apparently.
He couldn't get enough compliments, so he decided to go for jewels instead.
Maybe somebody dropped their ring or something.
Mhm.
Maybe he wasn't actually trying to steal, and it was a big misunderstanding.
Well, anyway, after he was doing that for a while, I think is when he actually started to put his plan into motion to steal this jewel, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think doing the fishing was part of the plan. He wanted people to think that he was just there for that, and that he wasn't actually there to do
Make
anything.
him look all innocent.
Exactly, an innocent act, exactly. And
Well, this is a...
full story. But eventually, he was able to use his 3rd eye to like X-ray vision into the ship. I believe that was his strategy. And his 3rd eye is actually on the back of his head. So he was fishing off the side, but he like pulled his hair back, and his 3rd eye was like special. It was able to like see through metal and stuff. So he was using that as an opportunity to like scout out the whole ship. He was actually on the bow of the ship, which means that he was able to see like everything on the ship behind him. Jeez, thanks. I'm glad you did that. Take this, criminal scum. See? Not so hard to avoid, is it?
No.
I'm so thankful you kept doing that to me last time.
Hey, I'm just doing what I gotta do. Just like that guy
Anyway, it turns out that there was a lot of lead,
did.
like lead lining on the ship, which meant that he couldn't really see that well, so he had to take his backup plan, which was not pretty. Let me tell you what that was. Let me tell you all about that.
Somebody with an eye in the back of their head, a third eye nonetheless. Well, come on.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But what he was planning to do if he didn't have that eye was, oh my god, it was terrible. He was planning to ask where it was.
Oh, geez.
I know. Just, how can he be so evil? I just don't understand. But
Every other criminal knows just to take themselves, no?
yeah,
Dare you bother somebody else about that?
I mean, everybody knows. Like, he even went so far as to, like, he learned from, he apparently, like, learned from the best and stuff, and he, like, sent a calling card ahead of him. So you'd think that he would have known what he was doing if he went that far. As far as to do stuff like that, you'd think he would know better. Man, I'm getting good at getting through there.
I am not. So, who did he ask?
He asked a poor person that was on board that just kind of, the poor person just kind of like stowed away on board. He was like hiding in some cargo. By the way, I won. By the way,
Yeah,
by the way, I
so-
won. I won. By the way,
He won.
by the way, they're gonna get me. By the way, and that's exactly when he asked, when the thief tried to ask the poor person.
Yeah.
That's exactly what his response was. All the guy would say was, "They're gonna get me."
Oh, I see.
And then the guy,
Was stowed away.
the thief, got really like creeped out by this,
Yeah.
and he tried to flee. He tried to run away because he was like really, really upset by this, by what he just heard. He tried to get off the ship because he decided it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
This is when I was able to encounter him,
Hmm.
and I had already heard about all this. It was actually part of my mission.
Your mission, eh?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's not something I can bring up right now.
Uh,
Anyway, I already knew that that he was going to be there, so I ended up chasing him,
yeah.
and he ended up I forget what he did. He jumped off the side of the ship, and I used one of these grapple beams that we got here,
Hmm.
and I pulled him back onto the ship,
Well.
and then yeah, I know it's. Oh, you did what was it that you did? You did something too to try to help, but it was just the worst and didn't help at all.
Well, I mean, I tried to block it
I know,
physically.
I know you try, you mean well, but come on.
I'm
Did you
not-
really think that was going to stop him?
I usually fail at most things.
Well, I mean, yes, but that's not even relevant to this point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, I was worried for a second. So, when you tried to stop him, he was actually out of my sight at that time.
Yeah.
I just heard what you did later. So, tell me, I never did actually find out what happened. Like why that wasn't enough to work. What did he end up doing?
Well, he ended up hitting me in the head, of course.
Hitting you in the head?
Yes.
Did it hurt?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I mean, not that much. It hurt his hand, at least. You know.
Because of how hard your head is? Is that what you're going for?
Exactly.
And then,
Dang it.
wow. Ooh. Remember that.
Mhm. How could I ever forget?
Nobody ever could.
That's the sound that he made, too.
That's what he made when he tried to get away?
Yeah.
Or when you tried to attack him and it didn't work?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Because it hurt, but you know, just a little bit. It didn't really hurt all that much. It was like, oh no, ooh no.
It sounds like you kind of enjoyed it, honestly. Wow, thanks.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to get rid of the boxes.
That's
Uh-huh.
fine.
You don't get the item now. That
I got that one. Aww.
was the worst timing on your part.
Mhm.
So okay, so he ended up getting away from you, and then he
Oh. He what?
he ended up he used a hole puncher, you know, like for paper,
Yes.
and he punched a hole in the side of the ship
Yeah.
because
Jeez. I mean,
he really liked water, and he was really like worried about the
Oh.
wow. He got really like worked up over what you did to him, so he just felt like he needed to cool off, but he couldn't get to a shower, so he thought, hey, there's water all around me, why not just open up the ship and get some water,
they
right?
don't make them like they used to.
But it just did not work at all, and instead, I mean, we all sank to the bottom of the ocean, but I mean, that's only part of what happened.
Yeah, that's only a minor setback.
That, I mean, you could expect that to happen, right?
Correct.
That's something that, it just kind of happens sometimes. We were prepared for it, so... Or at least I was. You were just the worst.
Well, I mean, I've got some things going for me.
Like?
Like,
Tell me what you did. Once the water came seeping in, what did you do?
I never gave up.
Really?
Yeah, I just held my breath.
I don't think that hiding in a corner and crying is not considered giving up.
That is
Don't
considered
try.
giving up.
Don't try to tell me that you didn't do that. Don't try to tell me.
Okay, the first 5 minutes, sure. But after the water caught up
No,
with me,
I'm pretty sure it was more like 8 or 9 minutes. I'm
Well,
pretty
fine.
sure. Okay, fine. Whoa, tell everybody what your big triumphant comeback was after that. Huh?
Hey, I'm a strong swimmer, you know?
Right, And that helped everybody else how?
I
Exactly.
didn't say it helped anybody else.
Wow. So you were planning the whole time to just leave everybody behind?
I didn't know that was going to happen.
That wasn't just an accident? You really intentionally left us all behind?
No.
And I had to sit sit back and clean up your mess that you caused.
I didn't cause anything.
Because you were the one who spooked him, remember? And you
Oh.
made him do that. You were the
Oh.
cause of it, and you couldn't even stand up and
My
fix
li-
the
My
problem.
life is racked with guilt now.
Exactly.
No, I
Don't
couldn't
you
stand up. I was
understand?
underwater.
You can stand up underwater.
But it wasn't at the bottom.
I mean, you
If I
can
was
stand
at
up
the
even
bottom-
if you're floating in the water. You're still standing.
Even my head would probably have imploded at the pressure at the bottom of the ocean.
Well, I mean, it was just starting to sink at the time. And then, eventually we saw, like, we were at the bottom of the ocean, and he was doing literally nothing whatsoever. We got a new character? That's weird.
Now he's blue.
If he was green, he would die.
That's right. But he's already dead.
Shut up.
So he must have been green at one point.
Are you gonna shut up at some point?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
the point is that, I mean, eventually we did see we saw the jewel like float by, and the dude was like, the dude was chasing after it, like he was swimming after it, because he was just that desperate to get it.
Yeah. Wow.
Dag nabbit, I knew that was gonna happen. God. But then this is where things got real.
Okay.
This is the moment in which things got real. Don't you remember? You're a good storyteller. Why don't you tell what happened? Because I'm not even sure how to describe it, really.
Oh, thanks. Oh, no. Okay. Well, I mean, the jewel, it just kind of sank, which would make sense.
Oh, I mean, it floated, didn't it?
Well, it's
Maybe I
floated for a little
missaw.
while.
Maybe I missaw. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, it sank, and then it was attached to a creature. See, that's why
Oh, okay.
it did float back up.
Is that how you're going to describe it? I'm not sure I would describe it as a creature.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it was alive. It acted alive, but I'm not sure it actually was alive.
Yeah. Well, that's an effect that what? Natural
What the
luminescence
heck just
can
happened?
have, or unnatural, I suppose. It just, as the guy was awfully close to it, it just kind of glared at him,
Right?
if you could call it that, with what it had to do such a thing. Because I couldn't really see any eyes, you know?
Yeah.
Like eyeless, but it could still glare. You know, just like with
Gotcha.
its face. So
that
yeah.
sounds all fascinating and
Yeah.
everything, but why don't you go ahead and tell us
Well,
what happened next?
He turned around the other way and started swimming the other way, but of course he wasn't fast enough.
Right.
It didn't even seem to move.
God,
It just
stop hitting everything.
oh, oh no, that wasn't you. That wasn't me. That was you. So, it didn't even actually like flap or swim or anything. It just kind of glided towards him.
All right.
You know, but it didn't do anything, and he didn't keep moving. He just thought he was safe, you know?
Mm-hmm. Was he, though?
No.
I don't think he was. I'm pretty sure that does not accurately describe what happened.
I mean,
next.
he stopped moving completely because he had no choice at the time.
But then, that's when it happened.
Yes.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I'm trying not to mention it, but it's coming out, isn't it?
I mean, I don't see how we could complete this story without telling them that part of it.
Well, it tried to eat him, but it only got like...
Eat is a too nice of a term for what it tried to
true.
do. It was more like consume is the more proper word.
Yeah.
Maybe envelop. Maybe that's a
Oh,
good word.
A good word, because yeah, it didn't have a mouth either. It just kind of like, you know,
It like
absorbed
okay,
part
but
of him.
we should point out that it was much smaller than the guy was, than the thief was. So like it didn't seem like that he was in too much danger, but it kind of like stretched and enveloped around the guy, and then it kind of just shrunk. The whole creature just kind of shrunk around him until it was smaller than what the size of the guy was.
Yeah, so all
Which
that mass
was just
disappeared.
creepy. Just unbelievably creepy.
Not something you really want to think about.
I mean, it was awesome. I want to put it in a game or something.
I mean, obviously he no longer existed at that point. Jeez!
Yes! Getting you back from doing that to me all the time. God, stop hitting everything.
But then, you know, luckily enough, both of us were far enough away, and I didn't look that appetizing.
I mean, I don't think it's possible for you to look appetizing. No, I'm gonna die. I'm dead. You won.
Yay!
I shouldn't have tried. I never should try. Okay,
That's my second time.
I'm never gonna take that route again. That is always a bad route. That is never a good idea to take that route.
But you had to do something quick. I mean, you weren't that close, but you were still close.
I feel like I could have had a chance if I didn't take that route.
I meant the.
So did I. Yeah, so did I. I meant that too. Yeah.
Wow. So
exactly.
what are you doing here right now?
What?
What are you doing here right now? If you didn't make it, you didn't have a chance.
Good point. Touche. I have to admit, I've been making everything up. I've been making it all up.
Oh, so you weren't actually there.
No.
Well then,
What?
I must be crazy.
What I was actually doing. I hate to admit it. I was trying to avoid it this whole time. So I like how there's a sign that says spikes, by the way, pointing straight at the obvious spikes. Wow, this is weirdly laid out. This is not the same. Press down. This is very different map layout, by the way. Anyway,
What you were doing at the time. Well, that was helpful.
I mean, I was hoping not to admit it because I feel like it might be like a punishable offense by
Really?
law. Yeah. But I created that thing. I knew it was there. It was actually in the cargo hold of the ship.
Oh, jeez.
I know. That's why it was there. And I tried to... I didn't want to create it, but once it was created, there was not much I could do to stop it.
Yeah.
And it just kind of... It consumes literally everything around it, as long as it has that jewel by its side. Yes. So when he was trying to steal it, the creature was like really... felt attacked and tried to avoid it, yeah.
Well, at least it only got that guy, you know?
Yeah.
At the time, anyway. Oh, boy.
I mean... That's only... That was only the one creature.
Okay.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Something wrong?
Nothing. Doesn't matter.
Something wrong? I'm pretty sure you can actually win right now.
How's that?
Pretty sure there's a way you can win.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure if you were to go right, it would count as me being behind.
really?
Yeah. I'm not 100%, but I think it might.
I mean, that thing could grow. That thing could consume the entire planet one day.
Yeah, one day. I mean, it's not too close to worry about. It might take a couple of years, but it's not like it's gonna happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
It'll probably happen in a couple of months or a year or so. So, I mean,
Unless
it's
that
not
thing-
too big of a deal, right?
Unless
Right?
it discovers
Right?
the magic of time travel.
Why did you even have to? Why did you even have to bring that up? Seriously, you're just
What?
like dooming us all, really.
It's not my fault. I didn't do it. You think I could do that sort of thing?
Yes.
Oh, well. Thank you.
The answer is yes to your question.
No, not again. No, no. Oh.
Anyway, so I'm sorry. I didn't want to tell you this.
Yeah.
It's sort of learned where you live.
Oh.
I didn't want to say anything,
And it recognizes me.
but
Probably.
it may have consumed my work computer,
Yeah.
which I may have engineered it so it can understand information and data that it's consumed. Yeah, so it knows where you live.
Hey.
But it's okay. I mean, you'll die fast, so it's not really a big deal, right? Did you hear that?
What? I did hear something weird.
Something.
What about your home, though?
Anyway.
What does it
Oh
not?
God, it may have been on that computer too.
Does it not? Is it not going to eat you because you created it? What? Consume you?
It's staring at us through the window right now.
God. The window I can't.
Be very quiet. Send help. We better go. We're just gonna. I got a car. We're gonna go ahead and take that and just. Maybe we'll be back eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe. I better take all my stuff with me that I can, because I'm not sure it's gonna make it, honestly. Oh God, it's not in the window anymore. Where'd it go?
Maybe this
Okay.
is our cue.
Okay. We're out. I think we should probably go. We should probably go, right? Okay. We're out. See ya. Bye.
Bye. Good night.